Welcome to Green Garden Community TV, your go-to space for transforming small outdoor areas into stunning green escapes. Think your tiny front yard doesn't have room for style or personality? Think again. Today, we're about to show you that even the smallest front yard can make a grand entrance, and you don't need a big budget to do it. We've put together 5 smart, budget-friendly landscaping ideas that instantly upgrade your curb appeal. Whether you're working with a narrow walkway, a patch of grass, or a tiny flower bed, these ideas will help you turn that overlooked space into something truly eye-catching. From curved pathways to vertical greenery, you'll see simple, creative ways to add structure, beauty, and elegance without heavy tools, high costs, or tons of time. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have all the inspiration you need to make your front yard the most charming spot on the block. Let's dive in. Sometimes, the smallest front yards can make the biggest impressions, and it all starts with the path. Instead of a straight concrete strip, imagine a softly curving pathway that winds through a lush green landscape, welcoming you and your guests like a gentle invitation. Adding a curved pathway doesn't just offer visual appeal, it introduces movement, interest, and flow to even the tiniest outdoor space. By lining these paths with low-maintenance ground cover like thyme or sedum, you turn a basic walkway into a living element that feels both elegant and organic. This design trick is often seen in upscale gardens and boutique hotels, but you can easily achieve the same luxurious effect on a small budget. The soft edges break up harsh lines and give a sense of depth, making your front yard feel bigger, greener, and more alive. Whether made of stone, brick, or gravel, a gently curved path can elevate your entire curb appeal. Best of all, it doesn't take much space, just smart planning and a little imagination. For homeowners who want that wow factor without a total overhaul, this is where beauty and simplicity meet. A curved pathway adds more than just direction to your front yard. It creates rhythm, story, and spatial illusion. In a small yard where every square foot counts, creating soft, sweeping movement can shift the entire atmosphere. A curved walkway naturally draws the eye, making the space appear larger than it actually is. It adds intrigue. Rather than seeing the whole front yard at once, visitors are enticed to follow the curve, uncovering the entrance gradually and with interest. The materials you choose will depend on your budget and desired look. For a classic style, consider flagstone or cobblestone. For a more budget-conscious but equally beautiful approach, use crushed gravel or interlocking pavers. The magic happens in the framing, lining both sides of the curve with low-growing ground cover, like creeping thyme, dwarf mondo grass, or sedum. These living borders soften hardscape edges, reduce weeds, and require minimal maintenance. Curved paths also allow you to work around existing features, like trees or utility boxes, making them more practical than rigid straight lines. Plus, they give you room to play with small garden beds, lighting accents, or even water features. You can also vary the width of the path to suit your needs, wider near the street to welcome visitors, narrowing as it gets closer to the front door to increase intimacy. Use symmetry or asymmetry, depending on the architecture of your home. Add stepping stones, natural edging, and a mix of textures to increase the visual layers. This design suits almost every home style, from modern minimalist to classic craftsman, and adapts well to different climates. Ground cover plants help with erosion control and require little water once established. Many even release a pleasant fragrance when walked on. Not only does a curved path enhance aesthetics, it encourages you to slow down, observe, and enjoy your entrance as an experience. It's a small change that brings elevated charm. And perhaps the best part? It's highly achievable even if you're working with a tight budget and a compact plot of land. Installing a curved pathway with ground cover in your front yard offers far more than curb appeal. It's a multifunctional solution that works both practically and visually. First, it gives your yard the illusion of depth and space. Straight paths can feel rigid and confining in tight areas, but curves soften the scene, encouraging the eye to wander and making the area feel more expansive. Ground cover along the edges isn't just decorative, it's strategic. These low-growing plants help reduce soil erosion, prevent weed growth, and require minimal watering once established. Many also thrive in partial sun, making them perfect for front yards with mixed light conditions. Financially, this project is very achievable. You can source recycled or budget-friendly path materials and purchase ground cover in small starter packs or as seeds. Maintenance stays low, meaning long-term savings on water, weeding, and lawn upkeep. Finally, it sets the tone for your entire home. Guests will feel welcomed by the natural flow, and you'll love walking through a yard that feels alive. It's the ultimate way to get a high-end look with a thoughtful, small-scale investment. There's something timeless about balance. In design, especially landscaping, symmetry never goes out of style. If you want to give your small front yard a grand, elegant feel without spending a fortune, symmetrical planting is your secret weapon. Think of it like framing your home with nature. By placing matching plants, shrubs, or pots on either side of your walkway, you create harmony, order, and a clear visual path straight to your front door. It's the same strategy used in historic estates, luxury hotels, and formal gardens, only you don't need acres of space or a designer's budget to pull it off. Symmetry works incredibly well in small front yards because it organizes space. It draws attention to the center, usually your front door, and makes your entrance feel intentional. Whether you're using 2 large pots with small trees, a pair of blooming hydrangea bushes, or even mirrored flower beds, the concept is simple: repetition equals impact. And the best part? You only have to plan one side. The other is just a mirror. That saves you time, money, and mental energy while making your home's exterior look polished and elevated. Symmetrical planting is a classic landscaping technique that leverages repetition and balance to create beauty. In a small front yard, where every element counts, this design strategy instantly enhances structure and polish. The idea is simple: Whatever you plant or place on one side of your entry path, you mirror on the other. Start with the focal point, usually the front door, and work outward. If you have a straight path, line it with matching plants on either side. For example, a pair of topiary bushes or dwarf trees in ceramic pots flanking the steps creates an instant estate look. Add a layer of mid-height flowering shrubs like boxwood or hydrangea, then finish with low-growing perennials or annuals like alyssum, lavender, or marigolds along the edge. This tiered, repeated structure creates visual rhythm and order. In small spaces, it reduces clutter by keeping your eye focused and centered. It's a trick often used in architecture and interior design, and it works beautifully outdoors too. If you don't have planting space in the ground, use planters. Containers offer flexibility, can be changed seasonally, and still allow for perfect symmetry. You can paint or stain matching pots in a color that complements your home exterior, giving your design a custom feel. Lighting also enhances symmetry. Solar path lights or lanterns placed in matching pairs elevate the look further, especially at night. Symmetrical planting also works great with porches. 2 hanging ferns or pendant baskets balanced on each side of a small stoop add vertical interest and movement. To keep costs low, use native plants or propagate cuttings. You don't need large, exotic species to make a big impression. What matters most is structure and balance. The beauty of symmetrical planting is its scalability. Whether you have a 5-foot walkway or a long drive, the concept holds. And because one side mirrors the other, your design process is cut in half. You only need to plan one layout and replicate it. It's also easier to maintain. The uniform layout makes it simple to identify issues like pests, poor growth, or overwatering. Plus, symmetrical yards naturally look more refined and tidy, even when they're small. In the end, it's a simple concept with a powerful effect: order, balance, and beauty right at your doorstep. The biggest advantage of symmetrical planting in a small front yard is visual clarity. Small yards can quickly look cluttered or disjointed without a clear design approach. Symmetry creates an organized, polished appearance that instantly boosts curb appeal. Even simple elements like 2 matching planters with evergreen shrubs can add architectural structure and give your home a more formal presence. It also saves time and money. Because you're only designing one side and duplicating it, you use fewer materials and avoid overcomplicating the layout. Maintenance becomes easier. 2 matching plants generally require similar care, watering, and sunlight, simplifying your gardening routine. Additionally, symmetrical planting has a timeless elegance. It complements most architectural styles, from colonial to contemporary, and it adapts well across seasons. You can easily update the look by swapping flowers or adding seasonal touches, like pumpkins in fall or lanterns in winter, without disrupting the core layout. Best of all, it makes your entrance feel intentional and welcoming. It shows you've thought about your space, even if it's limited. This kind of design trick makes a huge difference in how people perceive your home, elevating its value, charm, and first impression. You don't need an elaborate design or a big budget to create a memorable front yard. Sometimes, the most powerful upgrades are the simplest ones. Enter stepping stones with mini borders. This combination transforms a plain yard into a structured, stylish, and charming entrance. Stepping stones give the illusion of a natural footpath while guiding visitors directly to your door. Paired with neat miniature borders of greenery or flowers, you instantly elevate your front yard without ever breaking the bank. This setup feels intentional, clean, and inviting, especially in compact spaces. The stepping stones offer visual movement, while the borders bring texture and softness. It's a look often found in upscale neighborhoods or modern garden magazines, but you can recreate it with basic materials like concrete pavers, stone slabs, or even reclaimed bricks. Add small border plants like dwarf mondo grass, creeping thyme, or colorful marigolds, and you'll have a front yard that radiates warmth and charm. The beauty of this idea? You can customize it endlessly to match your home's personality: rustic, modern, cottage, or minimalist. With just a little planning and a weekend of work, you can make a grand entrance feel effortless and affordable. You don't need an elaborate design or a big budget to create a memorable front yard. Sometimes, the most powerful upgrades are the simplest ones. Enter stepping stones with mini borders. This combination transforms a plain yard into a structured, stylish, and charming entrance. Stepping stones give the illusion of a natural footpath while guiding visitors directly to your door. Paired with neat miniature borders of greenery or flowers, you instantly elevate your front yard without ever breaking the bank. This setup feels intentional, clean, and inviting, especially in compact spaces. The stepping stones offer visual movement, while the borders bring texture and softness. It's a look often found in upscale neighborhoods or modern garden magazines, but you can recreate it with basic materials like concrete pavers, stone slabs, or even reclaimed bricks. Add small border plants like dwarf mondo grass, creeping thyme, or colorful marigolds, and you'll have a front yard that radiates warmth and charm. The beauty of this idea? You can customize it endlessly to match your home's personality: rustic, modern, cottage, or minimalist. With just a little planning and a weekend of work, you can make a grand entrance feel effortless and affordable. Stepping stones with mini borders offer practical, aesthetic, and budget-friendly benefits, especially in small front yards. Visually, they provide a natural guide for movement and create flow from the curb to your front door. That directional clarity helps your space feel more organized, even if it's tight on square footage. Mini borders do double duty. They soften the edges of the stones, add visual interest, and introduce greenery and seasonal color without overwhelming the area. Compact plants require less space, less water, and less maintenance, making them ideal for busy homeowners. They also reduce erosion, help with drainage, and prevent muddy tracks during rainy seasons. From a budget perspective, this concept is extremely cost-effective. You can start with just a few stones and add more over time. Many homeowners use repurposed bricks or leftover tiles, and small border plants can be grown from seeds or cuttings. This modular approach allows you to build slowly and creatively. Lastly, stepping stones and borders reflect care and intention. They immediately enhance curb appeal, increase your home's perceived value, and give your entryway personality. It's a small investment that pays off every time someone walks up to your door. Sometimes, the smallest design detail can have the biggest visual payoff, and that's exactly the case with decorative stone edging. You don't need to tear out your entire front yard or install an expensive landscape overhaul to make your entrance look refined and complete. By simply adding stone edging around your garden beds, pathways, or lawn borders, you immediately define space, create contrast, and introduce a touch of structure that elevates your curb appeal in an instant. The beauty of stone edging is that it works in any size yard, especially small ones. It provides visual boundaries that help contain plants and prevent overgrowth while offering a crisp finish that makes your layout look custom designed. Whether you choose smooth river rocks, stacked slate, or classic cobblestones, you can match your edging to your home's architectural style without spending a fortune. Best of all, stone edging is durable, low maintenance, and easy to install even as a weekend DIY project. Just a few feet of edging can completely reshape the way people see your yard. Want an elegant, high-end look that's budget-friendly and space-efficient? This is your answer. Decorative stone edging might be one of the most underestimated elements in front yard landscaping, but its impact is undeniable, especially in small spaces. It adds structure, organization, and a polished touch to your overall design without requiring major construction or cost. The concept is straightforward. Outline key areas of your yard using strategically placed stones to define flower beds, walkways, or the transition between lawn and garden. There are countless types of edging stones to choose from. For a natural look, go with irregular flagstone or river rocks. For something more structured and modern, opt for rectangular pavers or stacked concrete blocks. You can even mix materials: natural stone with gravel, brick with mulch to create contrast and character. Start by mapping out the lines you want to define. A curved border around a flower bed adds softness, while a straight edge along a path gives a clean, modern feel. Dig a shallow trench to nestle the stones slightly into the soil for stability. Use landscape fabric underneath to reduce weed growth and make the edges easier to maintain. The effect of stone edging in a small yard is powerful. It creates zones that help organize the space, even if your front yard is just a few feet deep. Borders around flower beds make them pop against the lawn. A stone outline along a walkway provides visual clarity and enhances symmetry. And when used with different textures, gravel paths, mulch beds, or grass, you get a layered look that feels thoughtful and elevated. Stone edging also pairs beautifully with lighting. Add solar lights spaced evenly along the edges for an elegant evening glow. In the daytime, the stones reflect natural light, adding brightness and definition to your layout. This upgrade is perfect for DIYers. You can start small and expand over time. Even just edging a single garden bed gives you a more intentional, clean-cut appearance. And because the materials are sturdy, your installation can last for years with minimal upkeep. From a design standpoint, decorative stone edging acts like a frame for your landscaping, neatly containing plants, defining shapes, and preventing soil erosion or grass overgrowth. It's the design trick professional landscapers use all the time to make basic yards look magazine-ready. In short, if your yard feels unfinished or lacks cohesion, decorative stone edging is a quick, affordable fix that makes a world of difference. The main benefit of decorative stone edging is that it instantly sharpens your landscape, adding structure, style, and clarity to a small front yard. In tight spaces where elements can easily feel cluttered or undefined, stone borders help organize the visual flow. You create neat separations between lawn, flower beds, and paths, which helps your yard feel spacious and composed. Stone edging is also extremely durable. Unlike plastic or wood, natural stone or concrete edging won't rot, fade, or crack under normal weather conditions. Once installed, it requires little to no maintenance and can last for years without needing to be replaced, making it one of the most cost-effective upgrades over time. Another benefit? It's scalable and customizable. You can edge just a few feet at a time or outline your entire front yard. You can match the stone color to your home exterior or create contrast for a bold statement. Plus, it enhances plant health by preventing grass from creeping into flower beds, reducing soil erosion, and helping contain mulch. The result is a cleaner, healthier, and more professional-looking yard that truly feels finished without ever blowing your budget. Want to instantly boost your home's charm without spending a fortune or taking up extra yard space? Frame your front door with vertical greenery. This elegant and affordable idea transforms an ordinary entrance into a lush, storybook-style focal point that feels fresh, organic, and unforgettable. Whether you're working with a small porch, stoop, or simple exterior wall, vertical elements like trellises, wall planters, or climbing vines add height, depth, and visual drama without needing a large footprint. The magic of vertical greenery is in its simplicity. Picture delicate jasmine or morning glory vines climbing up matching trellises on either side of your door. Or imagine a pair of vertical planters filled with ferns, ivy, and trailing petunias. The result? A stunning natural frame that softens hard edges, draws the eye upward, and welcomes guests with a warm, earthy feel. You don't need elaborate installations or a gardener's expertise, just a few basic materials, a handful of low-maintenance plants, and a little creativity. This is one of the smartest ways to enhance curb appeal, especially in small front yards where ground space is limited but vertical space is often overlooked. Framing your front door with vertical greenery is one of the most effective and space-efficient ways to elevate a small front yard. By focusing on height instead of width, you transform unused vertical space into a lush, welcoming entryway that instantly enhances curb appeal. Best of all, this approach works on any budget, whether you're a DIY beginner or seasoned green thumb. Start with structure. You can install trellises, vertical garden panels, or even repurpose wooden pallets. Position them on either side of the front door or porch columns. Make sure they're anchored securely and placed where they'll get enough light for your chosen plants. If you have walls or fences nearby, those can double as natural backdrops for climbers. Next, select your greenery. For flowering options, consider clematis, jasmine, black-eyed Susan vine, or morning glory, all of which add vibrant color and fragrance. For evergreen coverage, ivy, creeping fig, or climbing hydrangea are great low-maintenance choices. In vertical planters or wall-mounted containers, mix trailing plants like sweet potato vine or petunias with upright varieties like ferns or lavender for contrast and balance. Keep symmetry in mind. Two identical trellises or planter stacks on either side of the door create visual balance, drawing the eye inward and upward. This not only enhances the front entrance but also makes your doorway feel grander than it actually is. The greenery softens hard lines and brings warmth to brick, siding, or concrete exteriors. Watering and care can be simplified with self-watering wall planters or a basic drip irrigation system. And because you're using vertical space, weeds are less of an issue and your garden becomes easier to maintain overall. You can even mix in functional elements, hooks for lanterns, climbing herb varieties like rosemary or mint, or narrow shelves with seasonal displays. Want to update your look? Simply swap out your plantings seasonally. Mums in fall, mini evergreens in winter, tulips in spring. The vertical frame becomes a living canvas. This strategy also adds depth to a flat exterior. By layering height and texture, you make your entryway feel more dimensional. It feels curated, cozy, and unique, like a little garden secret tucked right into the face of your home. In small yards, it's all about working smarter, not bigger. Vertical greenery gives you the drama of a garden arch without requiring space for one. It feels intentional, romantic, and upscale, and it's far more attainable than it looks. And there you have it, 5 small front yard landscaping ideas that prove you don't need a huge space or a big budget to create a jaw-dropping entrance. Whether you loved the curved pathways, symmetrical planting, stepping stone borders, decorative stone edging, or vertical greenery framing your front door, each idea was chosen to give your entryway that designer look without the designer price tag. These simple upgrades don't just look great, they make your home feel more welcoming, more polished, and more personal. Even better, they're beginner-friendly, affordable, and perfect for compact spaces. Just a few smart design choices can make your front yard look cleaner, more spacious, and full of charm. You don't need to spend thousands to get results, you just need a little creativity and a vision for what's possible. So which idea will you try first? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching Green Garden Community TV, where small spaces bloom with big ideas. If you found value in today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. We share new inspiration every week to help you turn outdoor spaces, big or small, into something beautiful. Until next time, keep growing, stay creative, and remember, small yards deserve grand entrances too.